General Hospital.
Port Charles has never been a town where secrets stay buried forever. No matter how carefully someone hides the truth, it always seems to find its way into the light. This time, however, the revelation waiting to surface is unlike anything the town has experienced before. For weeks, Sonny has carried the weight of a secret that has changed every decision he makes. Friends notice that he has become quieter, more cautious, and unusually reluctant to involve those closest to him in his affairs. Even Carly begins to sense that something is troubling him, but every attempt to get answers ends with Sonny changing the subject. Sidwell, meanwhile, grows increasingly confident. He believes he has finally gained the upper hand. Every move he makes suggests a man convinced his opponent has nowhere left to turn. He quietly expands his influence, certain that no one possesses enough information to challenge him. What Sidwell doesn't realize is that Sonny has been waiting for exactly this moment. Rather than confronting his rival immediately, Sonny spends days carefully piecing together information that has been scattered across months of mysterious events. Every conversation, every unexpected meeting, and every unexplained disappearance begins forming a much larger picture. Jason notices the change almost immediately. He asks Sonny whether everything is under control, but Sonny simply replies that the truth has a way of revealing itself when people become too comfortable. Those words stay with Jason. He knows Sonny well enough to understand that whenever he speaks with such certainty, something significant is already in motion. Elsewhere, Carly refuses to remain on the sidelines. Although Sonny has tried to shield her from whatever is happening, she has no intention of waiting for someone else to uncover the truth. She quietly begins asking questions of her own. At first, nothing seems unusual. Small details appear unrelated. A canceled meeting, an unfamiliar vehicle parked outside an abandoned warehouse, and several anonymous phone calls all seem insignificant on their own. Then Carly notices one name appearing again and again: Sidwell. Every clue somehow leads back to him. Instead of confronting Sonny, Carly decides to investigate independently. She knows that acting without drawing attention may reveal information Sonny himself hasn't discovered. Her search leads her to an old waterfront property that appears abandoned. Inside, however, she finds signs that someone has been using the building recently. Fresh footprints cover the dusty floor. Several electronic devices remain connected to portable power sources. Maps of Port Charles are spread across a large table with various locations carefully marked. It becomes immediately clear that someone has been monitoring the movements of several prominent residents. Before Carly can examine everything, voices echo through the building. She quickly hides behind a stack of shipping crates. Two unidentified individuals enter, discussing plans involving Sidwell. Their conversation suggests that a carefully coordinated operation is already underway. Carly listens closely, memorizing every detail. She learns that Sidwell believes Sonny possesses information capable of destroying everything he has built. Rather than negotiating, Sidwell intends to force Sonny to silence before that information becomes public. Carly quietly slips away before being discovered. Instead of rushing directly to Sonny, she first shares what she learned with Jason and Anna. Together, they begin comparing Carly's discoveries with information they already collected. The result surprises everyone. Pieces that once seemed completely unrelated suddenly fit together perfectly. Anna realizes that Sidwell has spent months manipulating events from behind the scenes while allowing others to take responsibility. Jason identified several individuals unknowingly working as intermediaries. Carly uncovered financial records linking multiple suspicious transactions to shell companies. For the first time, they possess enough evidence to challenge Sidwell's carefully constructed image. Still, Sonny remains strangely calm. When Jason asks why he isn't acting immediately, Sonny quietly explains that exposing part of the truth isn't enough. He intends to reveal everything.
As preparations continue, Sidwell grows impatient. Believing Sonny has become isolated, he arranges one final meeting designed to eliminate any remaining obstacles. Instead, the meeting becomes something entirely different. Sonny arrives exactly as expected. Sidwell greets him with complete confidence. He believes he controls every possible outcome. What he doesn't know is that Carly, Jason, and Anna have already positioned themselves nearby, carefully documenting everything that follows. The conversation begins politely. Then, Sonny calmly starts revealing information that only a handful of people could possibly know. At first, Sidwell dismisses each statement. Gradually, however, Sonny reveals increasingly specific details: dates, locations, private conversations, financial transfers, hidden partnerships. Every revelation strips away another layer of Sidwell's confidence. His expression slowly changes from amusement to confusion. Then, finally, shock. For the first time since arriving, Sidwell realizes Sonny isn't making accusations. He's presenting facts.
The room falls completely silent. Even those standing nearby can sense that the balance of power has shifted. Sidwell searches desperately for an explanation. How could Sonny possibly know so much? Unknown to him, Sonny has spent months quietly gathering evidence instead of reacting emotionally. Every attempt to manipulate him has only provided another piece of the puzzle. As Sidwell struggles to regain control, unexpected complications arise. Several of his associates suddenly attempt to destroy important evidence before authorities can recover it. Without hesitation, Carly acts. Recognizing the danger, she quickly secures the documents and electronic devices before they disappear forever. Her quick thinking prevents months of evidence from being lost. Jason immediately steps in to protect everyone, while Anna contacts investigators already waiting nearby. Within moments, the carefully planned operation begins falling apart. People who believed they would never face consequences suddenly realize the situation has completely changed. Afterward, Jason privately thanks Carly. He admits that without her determination, crucial information might never have been recovered. Sonny agrees. Although he spent months preparing for the confrontation, it was Carly's courage and willingness to trust her instincts that ultimately secured the outcome. Back in Port Charles, news spreads rapidly. Residents are left stunned by the unexpected chain of events. Many had believed the conflict would end with another ordinary confrontation. Instead, patience, careful planning, and teamwork exposed a much larger mystery than anyone anticipated. Despite everything that happened, Sonny remains reflective. He understands that revealing the truth solves only part of the problem. Rebuilding trust throughout Port Charles will take far longer. Carly also finds herself thinking differently. She realizes that sometimes the greatest act of courage isn't rushing into danger. Sometimes it's refusing to ignore the small details everyone else overlooks. As investigators continue reviewing the recovered evidence, new questions begin emerging. Were Sidwell's activities limited to Port Charles? Who else secretly benefited from the operation? Did unknown partners escape before the investigation reached them? Those unanswered questions ensure the story is far from over. For Sonny, however, one lesson stands above all others. Secrets may provide temporary protection. Truth, no matter how difficult, eventually becomes impossible to outrun. And when that truth finally emerges, it has the power to reshape every relationship, every alliance, and every future decision. Port Charles has survived countless storms before, but this latest revelation reminds everyone that appearances can be deceiving, trusted allies may hold unexpected answers, and ordinary moments often become the turning points that change everything. Whether Sidwell's influence has truly come to an end remains uncertain. Whether Sonny's decision to reveal the truth will create new challenges also remains unknown. One thing, however, is undeniable. On the day everything changed, it wasn't strength alone that determined the outcome.
It was patience, it was loyalty, and above all, it was the willingness of a few determined people to stand together when it mattered most. If you enjoyed this original General Hospital-inspired fan fiction story, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Sonny's decision to reveal the truth was the right move? How will Carly's actions shape future events in Port Charles? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more original General Hospital-inspired fan stories, and join the conversation with your own predictions for what happens next.